Brexit Britain has soared ahead of the EU in its phenomenal growth in high-tech startups, according to a political analyst. The UK's tech sector enjoyed a record year with startups attracting more capital than ever before. In what was its best year since 2014, some £24.4 billion was raised by startups and scale-ups, according to figures released by the government's Digital Economy Council. That is more than double the sum raised the year before, and follows in step with what many had predicted would be a period of accelerated digitization because of the coronavirus pandemic. Venture capital has flooded into online platforms like the car seller Motorway, and the second-hand clothes site Depop, as well as the banking challenger Starling Bank, all raising money that pushed them north of a $1 billion, £740 million, valuation, helping them to achieve so-called unicorn status. The US remains top in the tech startup market. However, in the first week of December 2021, Apple's stock market capitalization approached $3 trillion, £2.2 trillion, more than the entire German stock market on that day. But, as Wolfgang Munkau, a German political analyst writing in Euro-Intelligence, noted, Europe is now catching up with the Americans. The continent now has its own promising corner of small company startups to rival the US Silicon Valley for the first time. But, as Mr. Muchow wrote, this is mostly a UK story. Germany and France come considerably behind the UK when it comes to cumulative investments, around $45 billion and $50 billion, £33 billion £37 billion, less respectively. The boom appears to reflect Europe's north-south divide, with Spain hanging on by a thread, and Italy not even in the list's top 10. Mr. Munkau said, so this is not an EU-wide phenomenon, and certainly not a Euro area phenomenon, but a British and Northern European one. There are tons more statistics in Atomic report about the biggest VC, venture capital, deals, the biggest VC exits, and many more. In the jargon of the VC industry, VC startups valued at $1 billion, £740 million, or more are called unicorns. One in 5 of Europe's unicorns are in the fintech sector, financial technology, which explains the prominence of the UK, especially London, as a favourite location. Mr. Munkau said he believes the next big sector to attract investment will be crypto finance. He wrote, this, too, will be a UK story first and foremost. While Britain has enjoyed early conclusions showing it as a growing startup power, data from last year could be a cause for concern. Figures from Bohurst, a startup monitor, reveal that US investors launched an unprecedented raid on British technology companies in 2021. A total of 130 UK tech firsts were acquired by American companies between January and mid-December 2021, up from 87 the year before and above the previous record of 105 in 2018. While a positive sign that Britain is becoming a hub for startup creation, the data could raise concerns that domestic businesses are being sold before they can grow to their full potential. It comes on the eve of a new national security force coming into force, which will allow ministers to intervene in far smaller deals. Currently, the government cannot examine takeovers of companies with a turnover of less than £70 million a year in most industries. This limits its ability to prevent promising businesses from being snapped up before they reach this stage. But the new law, which comes into effect on Tuesday, will remove this threshold and require all companies of all sizes to inform the business department if they are being sold to an overseas buyer. Tobias Ellwood, Tory chairman of the Defence Select Committee, told the Daily Telegraph, in the global push to become more strategically independent. We need to recognize the impact this is having on our own capabilities and sovereign strength. It goes against the grain of the government's wise long-term ambition of becoming a high-tech superpower. That ambition isn't supported by the current laissez-faire attitude of allowing our key high-tech businesses to be purchased in this way.